On this episode, we are going to be talking to real estate agents, what you need to be doing right now during the coronavirus crisis. Coming up. Welcome, I'm your host, Steve Penate, realtor and host of the Steve Talks Real Estate Show, where we bring you value, content, and tips in all things real estate and housing related. So on this episode, we are going to be talking to real estate agents. Now, there's so much going on when it comes to the crisis our nation is currently facing, called the coronavirus, and it's literally interrupting the whole real estate industry, from appraisers to inspectors, and now it's come down to affecting real estate agents and the ability to be able to show houses. Now, it's very different across the nation when it comes to state, but overall, it's gonna come down to affecting everybody. And so, in so many states where I personally work in, which is Texas, and I still do business in Arizona, it's affecting these two states very similar in so many ways. But I'm assuming that so many states are going to follow suit when it comes to the rules and the laws being enforced when it comes to showing houses and everything that comes into play when it comes to doing your business as a real estate agent. So I want to talk about 3 things you should be doing right now as a real estate agent during the coronavirus. Now, before I get into those 3 things, I want to make a note of this. And right now, I want to challenge you, real estate agent. Right now, during a crisis, is when you most need to lead the conversations being had. You need to be the leader in your community. You need to be the leader in your sphere. You need to lead the conversations in the city and in the neighborhoods you work into. Right now, more than ever, when everybody is in panic mode, when so many agents are hitting the panic button, so many agents are responding to the crisis from a negative perspective, it's now the time when the rockstar agent that you are, it's when you most need to rise up and truly lead with the confidence and in authority in the real estate markets. Now, one of the best things that I absolutely love saying is this: leaders never react to the crisis happening. Leaders lead in light of what's happening. And right now, leaders are being built and developed during a crisis. Right now, it's when the best leaders in the industry are going to rise up and outshine everybody else. So the 3 things we are going to talk about are things that are truly going to allow you to have your business thrive during a crisis, not simply survive. So it's very important that you, as an agent, you're controlling the atmospheres when it comes to the industry or to the area you currently work in. When everybody else is on panic mode, you're leading. When everybody else is responding negatively to a crisis, you're leading people in light of the crisis happening. Therefore, I want to encourage you that right now is the time that you need to pivot. You need to be able to pivot with what's going on. Your business is going to look very different if you're able to truly come out shining out of this crisis. So let's get into the 3 things you need to be doing right now. Number 1, you need to adapt to the internet. Now, this is a very key point. When I personally started doing video in my business, this was back in 2014. Everybody was telling me I was wasting my time. So many agents were like, you know what? No one's on social media. No one's going to be paying attention to video. Fast forward 2020, we have a crisis, and all of a sudden, everything's on social media. Everybody's going to social media for the news, for the updates. Everybody is going to the internet to see what's going on in this world. When everybody who was yelling, "You're wasting your time doing videos on the internet," now are yelling, "You need to be doing video," because everybody truly is on the internet. So right now, you need to use this time. It could be you are quarantined and confined to your home office. And so if you are, right now is not the time to be laying on your couch watching Netflix and hanging out. Right now is when you most need to pivot and get creative when it comes to reaching your audience, when it comes to reaching your sphere. And so I want to challenge you, okay? Right now is the time to truly sharpen your marketing skills. You need to use this time to learn how to use video. It could be that you've been waiting for some free time to learn how to use the video on your cell phone. Well, guess what? Right now is the time when you should be investing in getting better with showcasing houses on your cell phone. You could be walking around your house as if it was a house you were showing to a family, and using those apps that you've said are so hard to use. Get some time in and practice on your own house, showing your house through the apps you're using. Don't let this time go by, but invest in your marketing strategies. You said you've wanted to implement video. Well, guess what? Right now is the best time to learn how to use your camera. Now, I'm going to link some links down below that are going to help you when it comes to learning how to do video with your cell phone, and also learning how to use your camera a little bit better when it comes to doing videos. So right now, you need to adapt to the internet. You need to adapt to this form, what you're doing right now, this form of communication in your business. You need to communicate via video, via social media. And I'm telling you, on the other side of this crisis, if you're able to do that right now, if you're able to improve that skill, to hone it in, it's going to allow you to thrive on the other side of this crisis. Number 2, you need to over communicate right now with your clients. The last thing you really want to be doing right now is taking a back seat. You are the leader in this industry. You know why? Because you're the best real estate agent out there. Your clients are using the best. Therefore, I hope you consider yourself the best agent in the industry. So right now, you need to be leading with communicating with your sphere, communicating with your audience on social media, communicating with those that look to you as their real estate agents. You need to be leading the conversations. There are a million opinions on the internet right now. Therefore, you need to study yourself and become the best when it comes to what source of information people are going to be reading and or watching on the internet. You need to be the leader in communications. Don't allow the media to out communicate you. When so many agents are saying so many, honestly, so many things that are not really the wisest things to be saying during a crisis. Okay, you need to over communicate. You need to lead your clients during a crisis. Right now is the best time to be putting out information that brings peace, that brings calmness to those clients you currently have under contract and those that are on the fence. What am I going to do? Should I wait out this virus situation? What's going to happen? There are so many questions out there. You need to make a list and start making videos of the questions being asked during this crisis and begin to over communicate. You need to outshine people right now on social media. When every agent is taking a back seat, you are leading the charge. Over communicate with wisdom, with strategies about what people need to be doing during this coronavirus crisis in the real estate industry. All right, finally, number 3. Now, this is a big one, okay? Because this is, once again, thinking long-term. This is thinking, building out your business for the long haul. Now, this crisis is going to pass us. It's not going to hang out for the rest of our real estate careers. Crossing my fingers. This crisis is going to pass us. Now, one of the things I've preached so much to real estate agents is this: you have to be putting out content to the 90%. What's the 90%? The 90% is the population not currently in the real estate process. The 90% are those that are not currently buying or selling. I would be putting out content that empowers people for the future. Let me give you an example, okay? Some pieces of content, whether it's written content, whether it's a picture with a post, and my favorite, video content, is this: preparing your clients for the future. Right now, you could be preparing people how to buy a house after this crisis. You could be talking about the home buying process. The economy and the housing market is going to recover from wherever it goes. It's going to come back again. It does every single time. During the 2008 housing crisis, guess what? A few years later, everything was rocking and rolling again. You shouldn't be reacting to the crisis again. You should be leading in light of the crisis. You should be preparing people to buy a house. Talk about the qualifying process. Talk about what people should be doing right now with their finances. Talk about, what people should be doing right now when it comes to their credit scores. Lead people. Do videos when it comes to sellers. Hey, how to plan your home sale process for the summertime, for the fall. The real estate market is not going anywhere. And it's very important that you, as a real estate agent, you need to be leading the conversation here. You need to be leading your clients. You need to be leading the real estate market you work. Therefore, don't just think about what people need to hear right now. Think about that everything will recover. People are still going to buy and sell a house. Make sure that you are communicating what people need to be doing in order to be ready once the market bounces back. Don't limit the conversation. Lead the conversations you're having on social media. Well, that wraps up episode number 110 of the Steve Talks Real Estate Show. I hope this information brought you, agent, some tips, some helpful tips in order to keep on thriving during this coronavirus crisis right now. I am going to be putting out so many videos for real estate agents and what you could continue to do during this crisis. Therefore, I am going to ask you to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're a real estate agent, because I'm about to bring you guys some incredible pieces of content that is going to empower you and allow you to keep building your business during a times of crisis. With that said, send in your questions and I'll do my best to answer them. Keep crushing it out there. We'll see you next time.